experienced miraculous power a number of times in my life. I remember Esther from Mexico, who came to visit family in the United States of America. And she was a 26-year-old, highly educated young physician. And she was an atheist. And her relatives, who were friends of mine, brought her to introduce her to me so we could change her, so we could convert her. They wanted me to give her Bible studies, and they were hoping that this would have its effect upon her. Esther and I became friends through this series of days that we studied the Bible together. Pretty good friends, but she didn't speak any English, and I didn't speak any Spanish except for what I had learned at Taco Bell. Taco, burrito, tostada. That's it. So her cousin Juan was our continual translator, the go-between. And I would give Bible studies through Juan to Esther. And she kept smiling, and she would say things, "You are my friend," through Juan, the translator. "You are my friend. I like you, but I don't believe anything you're saying." And then just before she had to go back to Mexico, there was a camp meeting that I was to speak at, and I invited the family and Esther along, and they came, and I said, "Esther, this message is for you. Please be there with your translator, cousin Juan, on the front row, and he can whisper the message to you." As I arose to speak that Sabbath morning, I saw Esther, but I didn't see Juan. And I began to get nervous, and I thought, this message is for her. This is my last chance. Where is Juan? But I had no choice. I had to go with the schedule. There's time on the clock. And I delivered the message. Occasionally, I glanced down, and I saw that she nodded a few times. And I thought, wow, her English is getting better in just a few days. Finally, at the end of the message, after the prayer, amen, here comes Wandering Juan. He had been all over the campgrounds, but he wasn't where he was supposed to be. I said, "Dude, where were you? This is your cousin. She needed you. You were supposed to translate." And she was frantically trying to get my attention through Juan, trying to say something. I said, "Juan, she is very upset at you." And she said, "No, no, no." And she spoke through Juan, and she said, "Tell Ty that I understood everything he said in my own language." I said, "You're lying. That didn't happen." She said, "No, it did happen." And her eyes began to tear up. And I said, "Tell me what I said." And she explained the message. And I was overwhelmed. And we got on our knees and we prayed. And she gave her heart to the Lord. Esther went back to Mexico and 3 months later died of a disease that was latent in her body that she didn't even know about during our visits. God, just in the nick of time, performed that miracle. But listen very carefully now. The miracle was merely the catalyst for the message to get into her heart. The miracle itself was not the transforming power on the inside.